Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. Today we are going to continue with our chapter Birds, Beaks and Claws. Until last chapter, we saw about four different types of beaks: chisel beak, piercing beak, curing beaks, curved beak. Yes, today we will be continuing to study the further types of beak. We saw different types of beaks: crushing beak, curved beak, piercing and tearing beak, chisel beak, probing beak, shifting beak, and sticky beak. Let me show you on my screen about the sticky beak name also. Yes, we saw about chisel. Now today we are going to see about probing beak. Probing beak. Some of the birds like hummingbird, sunbird and a hoop have long and slender beak. They have long and slender beak. Can you see in the picture? And yes, this is a sunbird. Even she has a long and beaks. Now, what is the benefit of them having such a beak is they probe. What do you mean by probe? They just try to search it from the ground. Like example, sunbird sucks nectar from flowers. Nectar, the juice which is present in the flower, sunbird sucks it. For that, it has to penetrate, it has to go inside the flower and then suck it. For that, it needs a long, slender beak. Now, when it comes to hoop, it takes out insects and worms from the holes in the ground. Where do we find earthworms or insects in the ground? Inside the holes. So it needs long and slender beak to search, to probe the insects and pick it and eat it. So these kinds of beaks help it for probing. You remember we were studying about this with the help of Nancy and Jenny. Now, Jenny is telling Nancy, saying that, Nancy, a hummingbird can flap its wing 90 times in just 1 second. Children, hummingbird is, can you see the picture over here? It's a hummingbird. Hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. And its wings are so fast because of it has a special feature. Because it's a smaller size, to fly it needs to work very fast. So its wings flap in such a speed that it can flap 90 times in just a second. Now let's head towards the next beak. It is shifting beaks. A duck has, we all have seen ducks, right? We all like to play. We have seen the ducks swim in water. They have this flat, broad beak. Yes, they don't have this long, sharp, like a needle type of beak. They have very flat kind of a beak, right? They have very flat kind of a beak. And children, once again, they have a beak like this. Imagine their beak is just like this. And one special character of their beak is they have hole at both the side of the beak. This side also and this side also. What is the use of that hole is that when they want to eat any food, because they travel a lot on water, they stay a lot on water, they eat lots of fishes or anything. So when they try to catch a fish, when they try to catch any food material, when they hold it in their beaks, that food material does come to the beak with mud plus water in it. So to remove that mud and water, it swifts as if we do the sieving, right? Like that, the food material stays back in the beak and the mud and the water gets outside of the beak from that to holes. Yes, students. Its beak, shifting beaks is its beak pushes out mud and water from the holes, leaving the food behind. Its beak thus helps it to shift the food from the mud and water. Now let's see the next one, sticky beak. See, the word itself makes us understand that the beaks are sticky, but not from outside, from inside. Now, why such birds like swallow has small sticky beak? Why do they have it? See, those birds eat food while they are flying only. They eat lots of flies, insects, flies. Okay, and while they are flying only. So to have those flies in their mouth, and once they open their beaks towards catching the flies stick it. It will not fly back outside. So to help them have the flies stick to their beaks, these kind of sticky beaks help the swallow. A swallow has a small, broad and sticky beak. The beak is sticky from inside. This helps the swallow to catch flies while flying. See how happy our Nancy and our Jenny are. You know, children, one thing, when you see flocks of swallows, in the sense many swallows flying in the sky together, it says it is a sign of summer because they shift. They don't like to stay in a summer place. So they shift from one place to another where they have a cold weather, where they have a good, pleasant weather. Nancy says, see, there is a bird. Look at its feet. How is it able to sit on the wire? Can you tell about feet and claws of the birds? Now Jenny is asking Nancy, they are seeing one few birds sitting on the wires. Now Jenny is wondering how they are able to sit on that wire. We humans cannot sit on the wire. Even though we have legs and hands, if we want to sit, we'll fall down. So how are the birds able to sit? So Jenny is asking to Nancy. So Nancy says, now I will tell you about the claws of the birds. And children, about the claws and feet of the birds, we will learn about it in our next class. So until now, your assignment for today is you're supposed to draw the diagram of all the different types of beaks in your classwork and write down the name of that particular beak below it. Until then, bye children.